Okay, I got time to float along until I reach the water. Falling down, I wonder if I'll burn out when I hit the bottom. Every day I'm swimming through the galaxy, I feel the heat. The sun is shining through the blinds and washing over me. I see the giants waving me on over.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing a deck profile on my Dark Magician, branded Dark Magician deck that got me to Diamond 5. Here it is. Let me put the version here. Let's start off. We got 2 Dark Magician. Do not play 3 even if you play like an XCs. We don't have really good level 7 XCs. Just play 2. That's ratio. 1 Veiler. Veiler is really here just to be another copy of Imperv. We're already playing 3 Imperv. A good hand trap. We draw into it if Maxi resolves. You can use it. It can also be used to fuse into Albion, but we rarely fuse into Albion in this deck. 3 Magician Souls. Really good card. I can't wait for Lucian Chaos to come to make this card more consistent. But it sends, in this deck, it's usually used to send DMG or Dark Magician. I think you should send Dark Magician anyway, and then when you use Branded Fusion, you send DMG just in case against Ash. You have Dark Magician in the grave already. You can send off like your extra copies of Branded Fusion if Branded Fusion becomes dead for extra draws. Really good card. 2 Maxi. With people running like 3 Ash now because of Branded Fusion is Ashable. Maxi really resolved for me, but it's still here. If it resolves, we get to draw a lot of cards, hopefully. But yeah. We got 3 Magician's Rod, searches our spell traps. We'll see this search Salvation, so we can have a protected Dragon Knight. 3 Ash Blossom, a very good hand trap in this meta, as Branded Fusion can be Ash, and that really stops most of their plays. And Branded Loss. Let me go over to where's Alibur here? Branded Loss, which you can see they usually search Branded Loss if they already have Branded Fusion. This Branded Loss does not protect from Ash, so you can still Ash it, so that's good. Dual Spell, this stops Branded Red, because this includes this takes a monster from the graveyard to your hand. So this stops Branded Red, so they can't Chimera you, which is a big problem in Dark Magician. They pop our Eternal Soul, pop our back row, which is very bad. And it's untargetable, so we can't get rid of the circle, and it has 3300 attack, so they can beat over Dragon Knight. Like one time, they made a Chimera just to have a higher attack monster, and then they made it again because the deck, Random Despia, has so much gas. You know what I mean by gas? They can summon their fusions like 4 times in 1 turn, especially with 5/4 Patchwork and Poly. They have so much gas that they can afford to Chimera just to attack over Dragon Knight and get attack over Dragon Knight twice, like Mirror Jade plus Chimera, and then they can Chimera again to pop the back row. So you don't want them getting that with Branded Red, free summon. Fall of Albaz, we have to play it with our Branded package, which I'll just talk about right now. We have 3 Branded Fusion and 2 Fall of Albaz, so the starters outweigh the breaks. You always want to do that in the deck. So, and I'm playing 2, so the Branded Fusion doesn't become dead if Lubellion gets like Imperm or something. You still have Branded Fusion to rely on. It's pretty much a walking Super Poly on legs. You still have to discard. The problem is that they can out it easily with Mirror Jade because you just banish it, but it forces the Mirror Jade out so you can go into your own plays. And then Branded Fusion sends it straight from the deck, and I usually shuffle it back so the other 2 are alive. But yeah. Branded Fusion can allow you to go into Albion, which we usually don't do, or Lubellion, which if you discard, if you use if Dark Magician is already in the grave, or you send it with Branded Fusion, you can make Dragon Knight with Fauna Albaz and Dark Magician because it's a dragon. You can also make Mirror Jade if you don't have the back row sufficient enough to protect Dragon Knight. So like if you don't have Eternal Soul or Rod or Soul Servant, I would go for Mirror Jade because it's better interruption. You have the 1 Dark Magician girl. She's only here for Soul Servant. And also, Salvation gets extra use in this deck because we summon Dark Magician like first turn and we have souls. So you could, if you already have souls, so use souls, send DMG, or you soul send Dark Magician. You use Branded Fusion. You send either Dark Magician Girl or Dark Magician. And you fuse into Dragonite using Lubellion. And Dragonite triggers Magician Salvation because it costs a Dark Magician. And then you summon Dark Magician Girl, and then you can use Souls to send Salvation. So it's an extra monster on the field, which is pretty good. We have the 3 upstarts, really good cards that won in TCG, but it's 3 in National, it's really good. You can also play Chicken Game, which I also have 3 copies of. I don't know if once Illusion Chaos comes out, I think I might switch over to 3 Chicken Game, or I might play both, I don't know. But, because we get Souls much more consistently, and then with Souls, you get that extra card that we need for the discard, which makes we don't have to discard like hand traps and stuff like that, which I sometimes have to do for Lubellion. Terraforming searches our secret village and our salvation. Secret village is an instant win against most decks because it stops the adventure, it stops the random fusion, it stops red and red, it stops so many things that would mess up our phase. The Duster, the Twin Twisters, the Lightning Storm. So many things it stops. It's so good. The problem is Dark Magician Dragonite is not a spellcaster, so you have to have another spellcaster on the field to make it work. So that's why I sometimes summon Dark Magician Girl. That's enough. 2k attack is enough. But they can still fall to Abas, fuse with it, or they can fall to Abas, fuse over it. But once we get Dragoon, it's a spellcaster, so we can just play it like that. And then with the branded package, we could get Dragoon out as well because it's the same Dragon and Dark Magician. You can also use Ref because we still have Verte. I don't know how long Verte will last. Will Dragoon get unbanned before Verte is banned? I don't know. So just be wary of that. Brandon does work with Dragoon as well. Maybe I'll drop the Dark Magicians or Changing for Dragoon if it ever gets banned. I'll test that out. So we have Salvation, it searches Eternal Soul, and it can be used the way that I talked about before with Souls and Branded Fusion to get Dark Magician Girl out for free. Circle Banish, and then you get to look at top 3, and that works good with Upstart and Branded Fusion. You draw into Branded Fusion that you stacked. 2 Cold Minds to negate the hand traps, most likely Ash and the Branded Fusion. But Dark Magician is so good at being the Ash and Rod that they most likely gonna Ash before. They might have Imperm and Ash, which is kinda sucks, but we have the Cold Mind hopefully. Soul Servant can very easily be drawn to in this deck because of Souls plus Branded Fusion, like I said before, and it sacks pretty much our entire Dark Magician library here. That's pretty good. Seeking the Dark Magic, I haven't used this card in a while. I might think of cutting it with the 1 ghost spell or with one of the droplets, or I might add like a second ghost spell instead. Maybe that'll be better. As we barely fuse, we really just sit on Dragonite and hope that's enough. We really don't fuse into like the Dark Magician stuff. But I'll test that out later as I make my climb to Diamond 1, hopefully. We got the 2 droplets. I know a lot of people say don't play Droplet Dark Magician, but I feel like it gives our Maxi, resolves. We usually have enough cards. If we draw the Droplet, we usually have enough cards to send. With Maxi, especially if like we upstart, they don't negate the upstart, you change Soul Servant. They try to negate Soul Servant, you Droplet, and you have 2 free cards to Droplet with, plus like usually a monster in their hand. That's pretty good. But yeah. And then Droplet has saved me some games against Brandon Despia because most of their monsters like 3k attack. And Droplet can negate that. It can negate the Chimera, so it's not untargetable anymore. Then we can circle banish it, or the Chimera attack you during the damage calculation when they can't respond or redeclare. You just flip Droplet, send like Salvation or extra card that you have, and half that, and they crash into you. 3 infinite permanents. They're playing against Brandon Despia, which is like half the matchups. This is really good against Sword Soul as well, as we already know. We've been dealing with Sword Soul for like 5 months now. Always imperm like the Boyi, but against the Brandon Despia, you don't want to imperm Aliber because they could have Brandon Fusion in hand. But if they search Brandon Fusion, then you know that they don't have like Brandon Fusion in hand, so you wait until they use Brandon Fusion. And we went to Lubelia when they have the discard, so you can imperm it. And finally, we have Eternal Soul here. Really good card. We only play it as one of because that's all we need. The Dragon Knight protects it most of the time, hopefully, and its village. But yeah, if this gets, well, it can be outed by Shireg. It's kind of sad, but we have the imperms that drop this to hopefully protect it. But yeah. So we have Dragon Knight, which is like the heart and soul of the deck now that we have branded in the game. Protects our back row. And people do not read. Every time I bring out Dragon Knight, they always try to Mirror Jade it, Chimera pop it. Some people have even tried to Chalice. Where's Chalice? Chalice, yeah. Some people have tried to Chalice it. People try to drop it. Some people try to imperm it. Like, it's unaffected because of Eternal Soul, and they keep wasting cards. So I keep getting pluses because their cards do nothing. But yeah, Dragon Knight, people are not used to us getting it out turn 1 like that. So we just don't know what to do. The Dark Magicians, I usually don't get this card out a lot anymore because we're usually not that slow. We usually just get Dragon Knight out. To Albion, this searches our Mirror Fusion with our Mirror Jades. Like if we Mirror Jade turn 1, and we can set up like Eternal Soul for turn 3. We can send Albion to get the Mirror Fusion for our Dragon Knight for turn 3. Lebellion, it's our main way of getting to Dragon Knight. It can attack the turn and use its effects. So don't put it in attack position, put it in defense position. And then finally Mirror Jade, Final Fusion. I'm only playing 1 because usually you only can get 1 out, and then you only control 1. But you can send a card to non-target banish once per soft, once per 2 turns. So you can send like Albion, and then during the end phase you search Mirror Fusion, the non-target banish, and then if it leaves the field as your opponent's card, you can pop their entire field, so they have to OTK you like turn 2 if you get that out turn 1. Hey gang, you guess this is not one Barone, but for the time being, I feel like Chang'e has like more because of it can still add it with Mirror Jade, but I feel like Chang'e is more valuable because of how much Brandon Despia banishes. With Brandon in red, most likely Chimera can't pop it. This can non-target banish a lot of things. I'm just loving Chang'e right now. It's going to be so many games. But we usually don't go into synchros, so it really doesn't matter what you put in here. You can put in Burrow if you want. Then we got the traditional Link package, Link Spider, I'm Duck, get Dark Vision to the Grave. Also extra attributes for our Access Code Talker. We got Artemis, the Recycle Rod. We got Celine, to Link Climb to Access Code. And then we have a new card that just came out of this pack, Dark, which is so good. I can't even say how good this card is. 2 monsters including a Dark, which is most of our deck. And we get to target a card in our opponent's graveyard, especially summon to the zone. This card, and it also searches pretty much Rod Souls whenever it's destroyed. So like you can leave it on the field with like Mirror Jade. Like there's been times where I sold my opponent's Aliber to search my own Brain Infusion. I sold in their Dracospelia to have a monster negate. I sold in their Mirror Jade to have a banish, and sending Albion to get my own Brain Infusion. There's so much, it's so versatile because Dark monsters are just far and away the best card type in the game, and it's just so good. And finally we have Verte. This is really here just to get Mirror Jade out if you really brick and you don't get Brain Infusion. Rod Souls or Souls with any boss of our deck can make Verte, and Verte myself sends Brain Infusion. Brain Infusion with Verte on the field and Outlast from the deck makes Mirror Jade. Do not make Lubellion or Albion with that because you can't summon after that. So yeah, that's pretty much the crux of it. So I hope you enjoyed this deck profile. I think I might stream Saturday, the Synchros and Xyz Festival. I'll just show this deck at the end of the video here. This deck that I've been looking at, but I know it's gonna be Sword Soul fast because the Sword Soul loader I've heard is good. But yeah, I hope you learned a lot more about Dark Magician. I hope you are getting good in ranked, and peace.